Hello there, welcome to the best course on web development. This course will make you be a skillful web developer in less than 3 weeks. Things will become a little bit more interesting from here onward. In the introduction video, I talk about 3 things to consider while building a website. These 3 things are the secret of web development. Most people will not want you to know about it. So kindly please go back to the introduction video to know more about it if you have not done so. And please subscribe to my channel because your subscription enables me to create more awesome videos like this. Let's get started. Today we want to talk about colored combination. Also, I'll be introducing you to the most used tag in the history of web development, that is the div tag. Wow, I'm so excited. Now, what is a div tag? Div tag are empty structural elements. We can use div tag to create containers. Containers are shape of an object. It could be a rectangle, square, circle, and so on. The most simplest container are rectangle and square, and we use the property of width and height to create either a rectangle or a square. So in the body of our HTML, we are just going to declare a div tag. The div tag also have its own opening tag and a closing tag. In the opening tag, we are just going to give it a class name and call it box. This is because we want to create either a rectangle or a square. So the next thing that I want to do is to style this our box. To style that, we use the style element. In between the style elements, since we are using the name, the attribute class, we'll start with a dot, the name of the attribute, box. We'll open up 2 curly braces and then we'll put in our declaration statement. So the first property I'm going to be introducing you to is the width element. We are going to be giving it a width of 200 px. And the next property I'm going to introduce you to is the height element, and we're also going to give it a value of 200 px. Clearly, this is a square. The last property I'm going to introduce you to is called the background color. We are going to give it a background color of red. Ctrl S that and run in a browser. When you run this in a browser, you'll see that we have just created a square out of the div tag. This is not actually perfect because if you look on top of the square and the left aspect of the square, you will see some spaces. These spaces are known as margin. We shall fix this problem in the next episode. Today, I want to talk about the type of colored property. There are many types of colored property, but I'm just going to talk about 3 for the sake of time management. The first, which you already know, is the colored name. Colored name in the sense of red, blue, green, yellow, and so on. The next color property I want to talk about is hexadecimal color property. This color property uses hexadecimal code. For instance, hashtag FF0000 is the same thing as red color. Ctrl S that and run that in your browser. It will give you the same thing as a red color. So this can easily be explained as FF mean all red color, OO mean no green color, and the last OO simply mean no blue color. The next color property I want to introduce you to is the Rogb value color property. You can declare the Rogb using the statement Rogb. So the first 255 simply mean the red color, comma 0 simply mean no green color, comma 0 simply mean no blue color. So if you declare a particular value using 255.00, you have just created a red color. Ctrl S that and save in your browser and you see it's the same thing. Okay, let's proceed further. Apart from pixel, there are other dimensions to talk about. For instance, the use of percentage. Percentage is another dimension. There are others such as REM, EM, CM, and so on. But for this episode, we just want to focus on pixel and percentage. So whenever you give something 100%, you simply mean that it should take the full horizontal width. So we are just going to declare the width as 100%. Control S that, run that in your browser. Let's see what it means. This is what it means to run 100%. Not just 100%, 100% in the sense that it is relative in nature. It simply means that if you shrink it down, it's going to adjust to your phone screen size. We shall talk more about that later. So the next thing that I want to do is to change this, because I find out that it's a little too big, to 60px. And lastly, we want to change our color to hashtag 3A 7A FE. This is a blue color. Control S that and run that in your browser. Yes, you'll be having something very unique and awesome like this. Now, to round up with this episode, I'm not really interested in this white background, so I'm just going to give it something that look more dark. So to do that, we will use a body selector statement. This you have not seen before. Now I can go into this body tag and I will write class equals to maybe some specific value, but I don't want to do that because I want to introduce you to another way of using CSS. So there is no need for you to always put the class attribute. You can go directly. Let's take for instance this body element. Instead of me to be using the class, I just want to go directly by using the body element. So I can come here and I write body. So I'm going to be giving this body a background color of hashtag E4, E7, E9. Control S that, go back to your browser and run it. You discover that we are having a little bit more gray to the background of our website. So we shall pause this episode here. Hope it was nice and lovely for you. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.